Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda. In recent episodes of Take 5, we've been looking at the subject of repentance, of saying you're sorry, of making a turnaround in your life, and also of making restitution and forgiving. You know, forgiveness is such a key element to our Christian faith. And in Matthew chapter 18, of course, Peter asked Jesus, how many times should I forgive somebody that's wronged me? 7 times? And Jesus said, no, 70 times 7. And if you've been listening to previous Take 5s, you may have heard me say on a previous occasion that actually this doesn't mean that somebody sins against you 70 times 7. But it may be that they only sin against you once, but you have to keep forgiving them again and again because those old feelings of unforgiveness keep getting stirred up within you. Now, does that mean that this monkey of unforgiveness is always going to be on our backs, that we're going to spend our life having to forgive somebody afresh every day and it's never going to stop twisting inside us and tormenting us? Well, no, that's not the case. And Corrie ten Boom, who of course was imprisoned in a German concentration camp for sheltering Jews, Corrie came up with a wonderful illustration, and it's to do with church bells. Now, Corrie ten Boom knew a little bit about church bells because they were actually a subject of great contention in the Netherlands during the Nazi occupation, because the Nazis basically confiscated all the church bells. In fact, historians say they confiscated every single church bell in Holland in order to melt them down and use them for making weapons to fight with in the Second World War. And therefore, after the Second World War, as the Dutch began replacing all their church bells, they actually sent a special set of commemorative bells to the United States as a gift that are still there in Arlington, in Washington. Now, Corrie's illustration about church bells was this. She says that when you pull on the ropes of a church bell, that causes the bell to ring. But when you stop pulling on the rope, that doesn't mean the bell stops ringing right away, because the motion that has been set in place as the bell swings to and fro is going to continue. So it's going to continue clanging on and on after you've stopped pulling the rope. But eventually, if you have stopped pulling the rope, the bell stops ringing. And Corrie ten Boom, who knew a bit about forgiveness as well as knowing about church bells, said that she had discovered that forgiveness was like that. If you keep pulling the rope, then the bell keeps ringing. If you keep rehearsing the things that somebody did to wrong you, then yes, you are going to have to keep forgiving them over and over again, because those nasty feelings and resentments are going to stir up within you. But if you stop pulling the rope, if you determine not to go over and pick over the offense again and again and again, then while the bells might ring on a little bit longer, it may be that after you've stopped pulling the rope, you still might have to keep struggling and forgiving each day the person that has wronged you. Eventually, those feelings of bitterness stop, and you don't have the necessity to forgive every single day. Why? Because you stopped pulling the rope and the bell stopped ringing. So if we truly want to walk in the benefits of forgiveness, of forgiving others, then we need to stop rehearsing the offense that upset us so much in the first place. And even if those feelings keep getting stirred up for a little while longer, take heart, it's not going to be like that forever, because if you've stopped pulling the rope, then the bells are going to stop ringing. Join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.